You wouldn't believe what happened when two humble Franciscan friars became lost in a dark and dangerous forest at night. They thought they would freeze, starve, or fall prey to wild beasts, until a mysterious mansion appeared out of nowhere, glowing with a warm and heavenly light. But what was waiting inside, and the letter they received with no name and no address, left them trembling, speechless, and in tears. Two humble Franciscan friars, known for their love of the Holy Rosary, set out with burning devotion to visit a Marian shrine. Their names were Brother Angelo and Brother Benedetto, and they were known throughout their order for one profound practice. They prayed 10 rosaries a day, 50 decades in total. If a day ended and they had not completed their 10 rosaries, they refused to sleep until every bead had passed through their fingers. They prayed for the souls in purgatory, believing firmly that those souls needed the prayers of the living, and that someday they too would depend on the prayers of others. Their hearts overflowed with love for the Virgin Mary. They prayed while walking, while working, while waiting, even during the silence of night. Their lips had memorized the melody of the Hail Mary, the way the heart remembers its own beating. And now, with permission from their superior, they prepared for a long-awaited pilgrimage to visit a holy shrine of Our Lady. They set out early, filled with excitement. The journey was long, the road uncertain, but their hearts were light with joy. At first the weather was warm, sunlight followed them like a gentle blessing, and their journey was filled with prayer. One rosary after another flowed from their hearts, each bead offered with pure love. They prayed for the poor, the sick, sinners, priests, mothers, children, and for all souls waiting to enter heaven. As the day grew late, clouds rolled across the sky, and the forest ahead grew dark. They walked deeper into the woods, unaware of how quickly night would fall. Soon the warmth of the afternoon gave way to a chilling wind. The trees pressed closely around them, their branches scratching at the darkening sky. Wild animals stirred, and shadows crawled across the forest floor. The friars grew uneasy. There was no village, no roadside inn, no shelter to be seen. The forest became darker, colder, and frightening. In that moment of fear, Brother Angelo clutched his rosary. "Let us pray," he whispered. Side by side, they knelt on the cold ground, their cloaks pulled tightly around them. They prayed the rosary not with the calm devotion of daylight, but with the trembling urgency of men clinging to heaven for protection. As they prayed, peace slowly pushed back the fear. They had only just finished the rosary when, through the darkness, a soft glow appeared between the trees. They stood, unsure if their tired eyes were deceiving them, but the light grew brighter. Slowly, like a sunrise blooming inside the forest, a beautiful mansion appeared, radiant, elegant, impossible for such a place to exist in such a wilderness. Its windows shone warmly, as though hundreds of candles burned inside. The friars stared in disbelief. "This cannot be," Brother Benedetto whispered. "No one builds such a home here." But the cold was biting, and they had no place to go. With faith, they approached. Before they knocked, the door opened. Two young attendants, dressed in fine garments, greeted them with warmth and respect. "Welcome, fathers," one said with a gentle bow. "Please come inside and rest. We have been expecting you." Bewildered but grateful, the friars entered. Peace wrapped around them like a mantle. The interior was more beautiful than any noble house. Marble floors, golden light, and walls covered with paintings of the Virgin Mary. The air carried the fragrance of roses and lilies, and the atmosphere felt like a sanctuary more than a home. They were led to a noble lady, graceful, radiant, clothed in garments of blue and white. Her voice was gentle, filled with motherly love. "Welcome, my sons. You have traveled far today. Rest and be at peace." Her presence filled them with warmth and awe. She personally showed them rooms filled with heavenly peace and offered food, not luxurious but pure and nourishing. When asked where they were going, the friars answered, "To visit the shrine of Our Lady." The lady smiled with a love that made their hearts tremble. "How wonderful," she said. "When you arrive, would you kindly deliver a letter for me?" They gladly agreed. After a night of deep and holy rest, The friars thanked the lady for her kindness. She handed them the letter. They walked away with grateful hearts. Only after some distance did they notice something strange. The envelope had no name and no address. Confused, they returned to ask how to deliver it, but when they reached the spot where the mansion stood, the house was gone. No door, no walls, no path, no trace, not even a footprint in the soil. It was as if the home had never existed. Shaken, the friars knelt and prayed. With trembling hands, they opened the letter. Inside, written in words filled with heavenly grace, were the words, "I am the Virgin Mary. I saw your love for my rosary and came to protect you. I bless your journey. Continue to pray for souls. Your Heavenly Mother." Upon reading it, the friars wept uncontrollably, overcome by awe and love. Heaven had visited them. The Queen of Heaven had sheltered them. They could not speak, only pressed the letter to their hearts as tears flowed. They returned to their monastery transformed. Their story spread, inspiring countless souls to take up the rosary. The letter was preserved and became a cherished testimony of Our Lady's love for those who pray her rosary with devotion. Many began praying the rosary more fervently, believing deeply that those who honor Mary with the rosary will never be left without her protection. According to the historical record, Annale Minorum Capucinorum, Brother Benedetto da Gazzoldo was one of the friars from this miracle. The story reminds us that even if we cannot pray 10 rosaries a day like those friars, we should at least pray 1 rosary daily out of love for our Blessed Mother. Like a mother who protects her children, Mary will always guard those who cling to the rosary.